Right, hi there, Pluckers. I have a sore finger again with you. Thanks indeed for joining me for another guitar lesson. This is a request I've had in from several people now. I did a lesson on the Eagles song, I Can't Tell You Why, recently, and I've had several requests if I could show people how to play the solo. Okay, well, I'm no lead guitarist, I can tell you that now, but I will attempt to show you what I think has been played in the main solo, which takes the place of a verse. Okay, so I'll just go through it now. So it comes out of the second chorus and there's a little bit of instrumental break, then it goes into the solo. Yes, okay, so something like this. Something like that. Timing might be slightly out, it's hard to play without backing going on, but you get the idea. Okay, so let's show you how that goes. Okay, so starts off after you've done two of those. Right, and bearing in mind I'm still got the capo, standard tuning, capo still on the second fret. Okay, so starts off, the lead guitar comes in after the two of those. Okay, so it's very similar to this. Okay, so it's open fifth string, this is all on the fifth string, this bit. Open fifth string, second fret, third fret, to the fifth fret from the capo, and then you slide from the fifth fret to the seventh fret. Okay? Okay, then we go and that is all fourth, starts on the fourth fret and you hit that seventh fret of the fourth fret from the capo, seventh fret, and pull off to the fifth fret on the fourth string, then to the seventh fret on the fifth string, then hit it again and slide it down to the fifth fret on the fifth string. So that bit so far is okay, and then we go to the third fret on the fifth string. Okay, and then we slide up to the fifth fret again, back down to the third fret and pull off and hit two lots of open A string. Okay, so slowly so far. Okay, I'll try and play this again very slowly. So, didn't quite get that, so it's just a slide on. Okay, do it again, sorry I messed that up. Okay, then we got this bit. We slide, we hit the fifth fret from the capo on the fifth string, the A string, slide it up to the seventh fret, then the fifth fret on the fourth string, seventh fret on the fourth string, then fifth fret on the third string. Okay, so let's go from the beginning. Okay, got that. Now comes the bendy bit. Okay, there's only one bend in my, or two bends in my version. Okay, I'm on the 8th fret from the capo on the B string, the 2nd string, and you have to bend that up a whole tone. So you're trying to reach, you're trying to get that note. So, right. So you bend that right up, hold it, margin just for a brief period, okay, and then hit it whilst it's bent, and then slide, let it go down. So that bit, that sort of thing, okay. Got that? So hit it, bend it up, hold it, hit it again, slide it down, okay. Okay. So when you come back down, go to that 5th fret on the B string, the 2nd string. So you've got that. Alright. Then you hit that, you can do different things with this, but I'd like to just do 2 hits on that. 5th fret on the 2nd string, and then hit it again 3rd time, but pull off to the 3rd fret, and then end up on that 3rd fret of the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Sorry, 5th fret of the 3rd string, G string. Okay, so the whole bendy bit goes. Okay, and you repeat that whole thing. Okay, do it twice. So this is what we've got so far then, okay? Okay, now we come to a little tricky bit, another bend, same one. 8th fret of the 2nd string, the B string, bend it the same as you did before, but when you get to the top, put your pinky underneath on the 8th fret of the top E string. So, okay, so when you get to that top of the bend, hold it and hit that 8th fret of the top E string. Then hit that bent note again and let it go down, okay? Oh, sorry. Back down to that 5th fret of the 2nd again. Okay? Okay. Then go to the, after you've done the 5th fret of the 2nd string, you do 7th fret of the 3rd string, and then the 5th fret of the 3rd string. So the bend, that 3rd bend bit is. And then the 7th fret from the capo on the 4th string. Okay, so it's. Okay, so far. Okay, then we go back to that 5th fret on the 3rd string, 7th fret on the 3rd string, slide it up to the 9th fret on the 3rd string. So do that again. Okay. You sort of repeat yourself there, so we slide up to that 9th fret on the 3rd, go back down to the 7th fret again, to the 5th fret, and then 7th fret again, slide up to the 9th again. So do that slowly. So. Alright, so let's just do that bend. Bend up, hit the top string, 8th fret, let the bend go down, hit the 8th fret, so 5th fret of the 2nd string, 7th fret of the 3rd, 5th fret of the 3rd, 7th fret of the 4th, 5th fret of the 3rd, 7th fret of the 3rd, slide up to the 9th fret of the 3rd, back down to the 7th fret of the 3rd, to the 5th fret of the 3rd, to the 7th fret of the 3rd, and then back up to the 9th fret of the 3rd. So, slowly. And finally, a hammer from the 5th fret of the 3rd to the 7th fret of the 3rd, and then you end up on that 7th fret of the 4th. Final note. Okay? And then it goes into that bit that goes every time I walk away and that sort of thing. Okay? The sort of second part of the verse, pre-chorus. Okay, so let's try and go through the whole thing slowly then. Okay, and then up to a bit slightly faster. Okay. Slightly faster, so go from the actual break. A bit rough around the edges, but you get the idea. Well, hopefully that'll help you play that. I'll have a look at the other solo right at the end of the outro bits and see if there's anything I can show you on that in a separate video, okay? So I think there's enough there to keep it going for a while. See you soon. Bye.